This show is one of the most amazing things to me because it does stuff that no one else does. It has heart and the strangest sensibilities, but at the same time, the characters are so well thought. For you, coming into the second season, how do you approach him this time? Because he has changed, I guess, a fair bit, I would say, at least a little bit.
Yeah, for season 2, I approached Nick, unsuredly. It was a very difficult situation because we're finding Nick in a completely different way, a different place.
Right.
I mean, he's now clean and sober, which, is a daily struggle. He's trying to find what it means to be a normal, working, stiff, in this life of ours, and he's trying to, get a relationship with his daughter that he, 2 months prior he didn't even know he had. So, and he's completely ill-equipped for any of these things. So, you find Nick in extreme duress, extreme discomfort. He's really out of his element.
Not that things have ever been easy for him as far as we've seen. The first season is amazing what he goes through if you think about it.
Yeah, but how we've always seen Nick in season 1 was, he was just this bull in a china shop, and he couldn't have given two flying Fs. He was just doing his thing, and consequences, he doesn't care. Now he's living in a world where he has to live under the rules where there are in fact certain consequences, and that's a very difficult place for him to inhabit.
Well, his meeting with the teacher in the first episode is one of my favorite scenes, just because you could see him trying to draw the line and yet at the same time not taking any guff.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying. Yeah, that was an example of Nick showing restraint and failing.
So what's going to come, if you can hint at his story arc this season? Like, how is he going to change? Because it seems like he could go anywhere.
Yes. And he where's Nick going to go in season 2? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I swear, you wouldn't believe it. Because I was like, what? So anyway, Nick is going on a journey, and hopefully so will our viewers. And it's not just Nick. I think, because they always say bigger, better, it's going to be even better. What is definitively better, definitely better, is every actor that was with us in season 1. My ex-partner on the force, Mary Mack, played by Lily Moroznik, my wife, Amanda, Smoothie, Blue, Sunny Shine, everyone, my daughter, all their arcs have been expanded, and their lives have been expanded, their histories, and so everyone has, every actor was very happy to act what they were given this season 2.
And there's some amazing moments where you're like, oh, okay, I really, you don't expect certain things, but then with the characters not expecting certain things, like how they pop up, I guess you could say. Is that a trend throughout the season, I'm sure?
Yeah, because, we expanded, obviously, the mythology from the original graphic novel, Happy, because it only, went so far.
Right.
So it was made out of whole cloth, and the writers, Brian Taylor, who's leading the charge, with Grant Morrison as our cornerstone, the guy who started the whole endeavor. They are unafraid to expand the boundaries and go to crazy places.
So, for you as an actor, what's the best part of being able to inhabit a character like this who, there's so many broad strokes?
What's great about doing Happy, doing Nick Sax, every day, going to work, figuring it out. I mean, there's no set path. There's no cookie cutter storytelling. It's every day is you're trying to figure out the best dramatic truth, emotional truth, and the absurdity in the comedy, and the outrageousness in the physical violence and the choreography attendant to that. So it's just such a challenge each and every day, and it's so much fun to play a character whose the boundaries of acceptable behavior are really, they're there to be written every day, wide open.
Do you have one episode this season that you're really looking forward to people seeing? Is there?
Well, okay, I'm going to be selfish here. I directed episode 2.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so
amazing.
I'm excited. We haven't seen it yet, so everyone let slow play this. But I'm very excited for people to see that.
That's cool. What did you do to prepare? Is there anything you watched or anything you were focusing on?
Oh, you know, I paid slavish attention to Brian Taylor, who is our main director and head writer. You know, and I wouldn't say mimicked, but yeah, I'm sure mimicked at times. But you know, tried to follow my own gut, my own heart. You know, look, I rolled the big dice and relied heavily on my crew and everybody that was there. So
you have an amazing team on that show, so
they're great.
That's
yeah,
cool.
And they were. You know, it's very sweet when you have a great working environment and everyone wants you to do well and right back at them. It's a wonderful working relationship.
That's cool.
Yeah.
In terms of Patton Oswalt, do you ever get to hang out? Like,
no, we don't hang out. Man, he's a busy man.
He is a busy guy.
You know, we're family guys. You know, no, but look, I just said to him, "Hey, let's get a cast tweet fest going for one of the airings," and he was just so excited. He says, "Yeah, absolutely," and so he's there for me.
I would love to see you guys on screen together for something. Like, slip him into the show somewhere as something else too. But
that's funny.
He's just the energy I could see between you two would be very fascinating to me.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So for
that's
you,
funny.
What do you think is?
I might steal that.
I'd love to hear that.
I'm going to pitch that.
What do you think is the thing that makes season 2 as a whole so much, I guess, what's the big change, would you say? Because every season for most shows, there's some element that makes it either look or feel or represent differently as the story kind of evolves usually.
Well, look, this is what I feel about the show. It's almost like building a religion, which is you have the rules of it, you have the players of the story within the myth, and then you expand that myth and how crazy you want to get that myth is all varying degrees on whatever religion you're worshiping at.
Right.
So we're expanding the mythology, expanding the characters. And I mean, it really is like really that's one of the tenets of our myths now. That's one of our things, and it just, it spins out into otherworldly places.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun to be on that ride.
Well, the last thing I'd like to ask is, in terms of the future of him, what do you? I ask a lot of people this. I'm curious what you wish you could see him, where he would be at in 5 years or something, like down the road.
I can't tell you simply because the ending to season 2 will make you go, what?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you will literally scratch your head going, well, okay, I want to see how this plays out in season 3. So, and I was one of those people. I'm like,
Okay.
All right,
Fantastic.
let's roll.
That's exciting because a lot of shows can't say that.
I guarantee you, Happy can, and Happy does.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Cool, brother.